Thank you for joining me on this episode of Your Family Lawyer. It is I, yours sincerely, alright Eigbe, your favorite family lawyer and counseling psychologist. Today, I want to discuss on what I have titled pre-divorce blues, right? I'm trying to help you understand some of the things that may happen before you file for divorce. You understand it? Now, you should realize that what I share here is not legal advice. I just share it for educational purposes and orientation purposes. If you have any family law question, you may want to use the details on this particular episode to reach out to us or consult a lawyer near you or a lawyer that you can trust. Do not take what I'm saying on this particular episode as legal advice. See, one of the things we get to see in the lives of clients when they want to divorce, sometimes people come to the office and they say, oh, they want to file for divorce. By the time we review, we check their emotions, we ask ourselves, are you sure you actually want to divorce, or you're feeling hurt right now? You're feeling disappointed regarding a particular thing, regarding something that has happened or the other, right? We get to check out their emotions. The good thing is that your CCL is also a counseling psychologist, so I don't just focus on the fact that, oh, you want to divorce, so let's just run to court. No. I have seen people who have come to the office for over a period of 1 year before deciding to say, oh, I want to truly go for divorce, or no, I don't think I want to go for a divorce. I have seen some people that were already in court, right? We're already in court for divorce before they decide to say, no, I don't think I want to continue. I don't want to go on with the divorce again. I want us to work on my marriage. So there's something called pre-divorce blues, and it simply means the emotional, the mental, the financial, and the legal confusion you get to experience, a person gets to experience before they decide whether to divorce or not. In fact, at the Alright Fashion, the counseling clinic, we have the pre-divorce counseling program, which is for people who, for example, will say, oh, they want to divorce. And we're like, no, you have to go through a program. We want to be very sure that you know what you're saying and that your marriage has truly broken down irretrievably. You see, that's a bottom line for divorce. That's a major ground. That these two people can no longer continue together as husband and wife because the marriage has broken down irretrievably, right? This marriage is no longer redeemable. Now, so many people don't know whether their marriage has broken down irretrievably or not. And what we do as their lawyers is to help them review. If you truly meet a family lawyer, and this is what I've heard clients say, I've seen people say the same thing on social media, I've heard this from judges and also from my colleagues who are in the family law industry. If you truly meet a family law lawyer, he will not be willing to just rush to court. We usually don't just want to rush to court and file for divorce. Right? We usually don't want to do that. We usually don't want to just rush to court and take off children from the other person. No, we want to review the matter and see that this marriage is actually irredeemable. This marriage has broken down irretrievably because the other party or both parties have acted so badly and they are unwilling to change, they are unwilling to repent, they are willing to turn a new leaf, and as such, we cannot expect them to continue together as husband and wife. So pre-divorce blues that I'm talking about happens to do with that emotional, mental, financial, and legal confusion that people generally experience before they file for divorce. I have seen it again and again. People who know that their marriage is very bad, like this marriage is terrible, they no longer have hope in the marriage or hope in their spouse. They feel like things would not get better, and it is beyond a feeling because over time things have gotten worse and there is nothing right now that is going to stimulate, that is going to trigger a change, right? But then they are afraid, they are asking themselves, is this the right move I'm supposed to make? There's all that confusion in their mind. There's this conflict between the cultural belief, the religious belief, and also, oh, there's children. Some of them are also concerned about, oh, the finances. How will I cope if we divorce? Who is going to get the custody? How will this happen? How will that happen? What will people say? Will my family support? Will my friends support? Will my church support? Will I be able to hire a lawyer and pay for one? So these different questions, these different things make people to find themselves in a place where they feel trapped, they feel afraid, they feel unsure of even their rights, they are emotionally exhausted, they are confused about what the law even say regarding things like this, right? Regarding divorce, regarding custody, regarding maintenance, regarding welfare, and spousal support, or rather, what we would just call maintenance. Some people call it spousal support, some people call it alimony, but we just call it maintenance, right? So there's all of those feelings wrapped up at once, wrapped up in one. There's a fear of, if I leave this marriage, will things get better? Won't things get worse? What will my finances look like? Will I be able to find someone to get married to again? Maybe I'm not finding someone to get married to again, and I'm choosing to just be by myself. Will I be able to deal with the social stigma and be able to deal with the social consequences, right? Or let's say social effects that will accompany these particular decisions? There are many things that are actually the head of this person. What about my children? What explanation will I give to my children? Like I have seen people who chose to stay in a marriage just because of the children. There are many of those kind of people. You may be one of them. Your parents may be one of them. A relative or a friend, someone you know, because they are concerned like, what is it that is going to happen to the children? I never wanted my children to come from a broken home. I don't want my children to experience what it means to come from a broken home. There are just a lot of things, and this causes anxiety, it causes panic, it causes depression. There is that fear, there's worry, and you don't just know what is it. Is this the right step I should take, or some other step I should take? And that's why I usually tell people that before you ever decide to divorce or even remain in a terrible marriage, speak with a therapist, right? Speak with a therapist, speak with your family people, speak with your religious leaders. Also, you may want to speak with a lawyer, right, for you to be able to sleep in it. Why will I want you to speak to a therapist? And that's the most important of all the lists of the people I want you to mention. Is that there are many times you can be in a very bad and terrible marriage and you will not know it, right? You will not be able to see the ripple effect it is having on you, it's having on the children, it's having on the people around you, it's having on your community. You may not be able to see the long-term effect and just see that, oh, everything is fine, everything is normal, I will just cope, I will just bear. Many people have stayed in a marriage because of their children, and right now their children hate them for staying in that marriage. And sometimes their children wish that they never did. Why would their children wish they never did? Because the children got more damaged in that marriage. There are some other people that have left their marriage and their children got more damaged because they left. Right? So should I stay or should I leave? If you are ever caught up in that, of whether to stay in a marriage or whether to leave a marriage, the wisdom is seek professional counsel that will help you be able to properly make a well-informed decision. Now, I looked at it and the rest from the people I get to work with from time to time. I asked myself, what were the common signs that I saw in these people? What are the common signs I saw in this that's reflected in these people? And some of them include, you are just constantly thinking, constantly worried, having anxiety, having this panic of whether to stay in the marriage or to leave the marriage. You are not asking yourself, is this marriage good enough? I still interviewed two people last week, all right, pre-divorce counseling, and the question, after they had given me all their complaints and everything in the marriage they were unhappy with in the marriage, I asked them a simple question, and the question was, do you want to stay in this marriage or do you want to leave? right? Tell me, interestingly, the two of them thought for a while, separate minds in two different countries, and said, I think I want to stay, right? So there's that during pre-divorce blues, people get to think a lot. Staying or leaving the marriage becomes the predominant thought. It causes a lot of worry. Now, because it causes the predominant thought, there's a significant emotional disconnect from their significant other, a significant emotional disconnect from their spouse. All of a sudden they start hating their spouse, they despise their spouse, they don't want to have anything to do with their spouse, they don't want to be connected to their spouse, they just like, please stay away. There's this feeling of loneliness, although they are married. I mean, I have worked with clients who they were staying in the same house, sleeping on the same bed. Nobody's sleeping out of the house or sleeping out of the bedroom. They share the same bed, but then there is this great significant feeling of loneliness, right? Some others just have a sense of disrespect and disdain. There's this resentment they have for their spouse, and it's just crazy. Then there is this, maybe I'm staying because of the family, what my family say, because we have seen people who have stayed in marriages, not because they don't want to leave, but because of their mother who was forcing them to stay in that marriage, or their father, or a sibling. Yes, I have seen the ones that it was also a sibling that was forcing them to stay in that marriage. Right? So you are not noticing that, oh, I'm not staying in this marriage because of me. I'm not staying in this marriage because the marriage is healthy. I'm not staying in this marriage because I'm enjoying my partner. I'm enjoying the experiences I'm having here. I am simply staying just because of my kids, or because I don't have money to be able to fund myself if I move out of the marriage, or because of one family pressure. Some other times, some people are in it and they notice right now, one of the great signs that we see of this pre-divorce blues is that they are beginning to feel that, oh, the reason why they are still in this marriage is because of the pressure they will get from society, that people will pressure them, people will stigmatize, the stigmatization and all the troubles that will come from the public. What will they say? Especially if you are a public figure, if you are a religious leader, right? This is something very common that we'll see. And there are signs that you're suffering from pre-divorce blues, right? Pre-divorce blues does not necessarily mean you will divorce, but it just means that you are already at the edge of divorcing, and you are feeling this certain level of sadness, a certain level of lowness, of depression, that is making you think that is causing you stress and is causing you discomfort. There's also one common sign I have seen in people. It is the fear of court processes. Some people are actually scared of court, like very scared of court. I work with clients who get to court and they start muttering, they get to court, they start blabbing, they get to court, and you just see this panic attack, you see this anxiety, they start sweating and the rest. So some people actually want to leave their marriage, but they are afraid of the court process. They are afraid of how long it is going to take. Yes, I won't lie to you. Divorce is very traumatic. We try to do everything to make it fast for our clients, but in reality, it's traumatic. I have a client right now whose divorce case has been in court for about 3 years. Well, not due to us or due to the other party. It's not due to the other party either, but due to the court. Because one time, we wanted to transfer the case from that court because we believe that court will be slow to another jurisdiction that is fast, and the court refused. At another time, the court felt that the two parties could not show, or rather, the petitioner could not prove his grounds of wanting the divorce. He could not show that my client was a terrible spouse. So he sent them off for counseling, that they should go and try to see how they can resolve matters. And he sent them off for some months, right? And now in these 3 years, we have suffered like 2 or 3 strikes, right? Civil actions So the judiciary have been on strike in that particular state. Mind you, we don't even know when this strike is going to be called off, because this strike has been indefinite. The strike that we are in right now has been indefinite, and this strike started, was it August, September in 2025, and this is January 2026. So imagine being in court and knowing that, oh, you are in court divorcing your spouse, but at the same time you are neither going front or back. I remember one case too that I was the respondent, and that case was in Shagamu, and for a year 4 months or a year 6 months thereabout, the case never came up. It never came up because either the court was on strike, if I can recall correctly, or the judge was sent on one national assignment, or the judge was on leave, and things just happened that for 1 year 4 months the case never, there was not there were several dates, but the court never sat on the case, right? So there are these things that can cause some people to experience this sadness about leaving their marriage or staying in their marriage. You just think about the divorce process, they think about the cost, how much it takes to hire a good lawyer, and they get stuck emotionally, they get seriously depressed. So the next thing I would like to talk to you about would be why pre-divorce blues is dangerous, why it is dangerous, and why you should take it very important. It's not something you should just ignore. Generally, if a sadness has gone beyond 24 hours, take it important, because what it means is that you are beginning to slope towards depression. You are going down towards depression. So if you feel sad for more than a day, speak to a therapist, talk to a therapist, and see the type of help and the amount of help that you can get. Now, pre-divorce blues is very dangerous because you can act out of anger, you can act irrationally out of fear, you can take wrong advice from friends. Why? You have a resentment towards this your spouse, you have a resentment towards this person, and now remember I said earlier on, you no longer respect this person. You're not emotionally distant from this person. You are unhappy and you are not becoming angry that you are stuck. You are stuck in this relationship. So there's every possibility that you one day act out of anger. So when we see people killing their spouses or committing domestic assault, it could actually be an outcome of pre-divorce blues. Then we see people acting out of fear, right? You no longer act out of love, out of self-esteem, but now out of fear. You are most likely in that situation in a bid to just feel cool, in a bid to be happy, in a bid to feel relaxed. You may take wrong counsel from friends who don't understand the full scope of what you are experiencing, the full scope of your marriage, and also the full scope of the consequences of whatsoever advice they are giving you. See, I have been in this for a while. Yes, I have been a family lawyer now for 15 years, and I've been a counselor. I've counseled people for about 21 years. And I can tell you one thing, one fact, is that never you use one example, two examples, or even three examples to make a decision. Oh, I know somebody, the person did this and that, and for that, I believe if you do it, it's going to happen that same way. It may not, right? Because what we do as professionals is to differentiate between one example from your reality. Because in the recent two examples, two people may never have the same experience. You may say it's the same experience, but people have the same kids. Are people the same age? Do people have the same economic power right now? What's your cultural and religious background? Because all this affects how you react, how you respond to things. So one of the dangers of pre-divorce blues is that you are vulnerable to taking wrong counsel from friends and for taking wrong counsel from people who should not give you advice in this particular matter. Now, when it comes to divorce, from my experience, I have noticed that counselors who don't work with lawyers, Counselors who don't partner with lawyers, for example, usually give clients wrong counsel. I have seen counselors, I've seen religious leaders, I've seen family people give sincere wrong counsel. I mean sincere wrong advice. Sincere wrong advice to someone they were trying to help, not knowing that the law says something else, not knowing that the law has a different opinion, the law says something else about that particular matter. Right? So, what do I usually suggest is that you should speak with a lawyer, or if you are speaking with a therapist, tell your therapist to consult with a lawyer, or that you also want to consult with a lawyer directly, so that you don't make wrong decisions. Wrong decisions in how you choose to hide properties, wrong decisions in how you choose to destroy documents, wrong decisions how you choose to handle custody, right? Because recently a client almost made one, no, it's not, this one is not a recent one, an old one, right? An old one. Yes, that was that happened sometime around 2019. A client who wanted a client feeling so dissatisfied with his wife left the home and left the children. No family lawyer will advise that if you ever intend to fight for physical custody. No family lawyer will advise you to ever leave the home, leaving the children with the person that you want to divorce when you have the intentions of fighting for custody. No family lawyer will advise you, will give you that kind of counsel. No, will not. Right? So you want to be able to do that. So people are leaving the house wrongly. They are denying the other party access to the children. For example, one person leaves and that person lives with the children. Now, you now act badly. I have seen it again and again. Again, it's very common. You, the person who is with the children, blocking out the other parent. So they use things like, oh, he's a deadbeat dad, he's a deadbeat this, she is that. So they block off the other person completely from having access to the children. Trust me, by the time you get to court, you realize that you have taken wrong steps, because those actions that you have done would be what the other party will focus on, will be what the lawyer on the other side will focus on. I get to see it a lot on social media. They'll like, change your number, move to another place where they will not know where you are, this and that. See, that you are the biological parent of that child does not mean that you cannot be guilty of adoption. You can actually be guilty of adopting your children, that you abducted them, like you kidnapped them. Right? Because anything you do that completely bars the other parent from having a relationship with the children will always come back to work negatively against you. I still remember one case. When was this? Maybe this was about 2021 or so, that whenever the parent who is not with custody sends welfare, sends money for support, for child support, for welfare and the rest, this other one will return it back to the account. I'm like, who is your counselor? Who gave you that kind of counsel? What are you thinking? Right? So these are some of the dangers of you not seeking proper legal counsel in making this decision. Now, let me bring you back to some things that you need to realize. Like I have said, if you are faced right now with emotional abuse, you want to seek therapy to be able to attend to your emotions and the psychological issues, because right now there's every possibility that you're experiencing stress, that you're experiencing anxiety, that you may be experiencing insomnia, maybe even terrible nightmares. There are some psychological things you may be experiencing right now for which you need a counselor, a therapist for, right? A mental health therapist for, a counseling psychologist for. And then you also then need a lawyer to be able to help you review what steps you are going to take, what steps you should take if you consider staying in the marriage or leaving the marriage. There are times we have seen people who, yes, their marriage was very bad, their marriage was terrible. They are supposed to leave the marriage, but then we not tell them something, don't leave yet. I will tell them things to do, right? We tell them things to do to prepare them for divorce, because you have to actually prepare for divorce. Many people just jump into divorce, like they just jump, like I want to divorce, so they just get a lawyer, they push the lawyer to file and the rest, and by the time they get to court, they are stuck. So there are things, there's a way you are supposed to psychologically prepare for divorce. There's a way you are supposed to legally also prepare for divorce. So you don't just jump into it. You want to take time. So there are, for example, let me share this, right? Let me share this on this episode. There are things you shouldn't do during if you are experiencing pre-divorce blues. There are things you should not do, right? Don't run away with the children without legal advice. Do not move the children out of the house without legal advice. Do not. Many times people come up and they say, oh, the fees, the cost of getting divorced and for doing custody and the rest is so expensive. I do not think so. What actually happens is that many times clients have messed up their case, like they have spoiled it. Let me use that Nigerian English. They have messed it up so badly that you, as the lawyer, there's now more work required of you, more expertise required of you, more research required of you to be able to remedy things, to be able to better things. So don't run away with the keys. Don't go with the keys without first seeking legal advice, right? Don't block access to the children. Truth is, don't block access to the children of the other parent. One. Number two, don't block access. Or when I say don't block access, don't ignore legal documents. Right? So you have moved with the children, or maybe right now you are already living separately and the rest. Do not stop the other person from having contact with the children. Don't do that. You may not have to fully disclose where you are for security and safety reasons. Now, if you're ever worried about your security and your safety, then you should have contacted the lawyer first before even leaving, right? Or even the police first, right? Now, don't block access to the kids. And number two, do not, I'm saying this in a very important way, do not also, right, ignore legal documents. I have seen people that the court will serve them papers, the court will serve them processes, and rather than them, taking that process, going to a lawyer and seeking legal counsel, what would they do? They will ditch it. They think that life is Nollywood. I will not sign. There's nothing you can do. I will not sign any paper. I will not sign any divorce paper. We don't need you to sign anything. No. You signing anything and taking that document to your lawyer and showing up in court is best for you. Because if you don't, what you are communicating to the court is that everything your spouse and your partner has said is true. So it means that whatsoever order the court orders, you cannot challenge it, because you were given the fair right of fair hearing. Your right of fair hearing was not tampered with. I remember a client I worked with some years back that she kept on receiving those papers. They were pasting it on her door and the rest, and she ignored it. Then there was judgment, and she did not know that judgment had been granted, that right now her husband and her had now been fully divorced, and the court had already also given some other ancillary orders and the rest. And the husband just locked up, pretended as if nothing was happening and like everything was still fine. Several years later, the husband decided that he wanted to remarry. And our client was like, no, you cannot remarry. We have not been divorced. Trying to fight for some things now. I'll get custody. This is the welfare I will want and the rest. And the man was like, we have been divorced several years ago. This is what the court ordered. So what is it that you're talking about? By the time she ran to our office, We reviewed everything and discovered that she had been divorced long time ago. Why? She kept on thinking that it's like the movies where you'll be required to sign papers, where if you don't sign papers, nothing can happen, where the other person, they will have to come and beg you to sign papers and in real life, nobody needs you. Right? Nobody needs you in real life. So that's the first wisdom you should realize and you should understand from this. So don't ignore court invitations, court papers, or lawyers' letters and the rest. Do not destroy any evidence that you have. Oh my, I have seen people who had a lot of evidence on domestic abuse. Then when their partner apologized, they destroyed everything, and in just 2 months, their partner went back to their vomit. So if you have any evidence, don't destroy it. This is 2026. We have a lot of cloud storage options. Store these things in the cloud. In fact, if you use iCloud, go and create a secret Google Cloud, right? Or any other type of cloud drive, OneDrive or anything, and store those things there. Something that a drive that your spouse may not even know that you have, and your spouse will not have access to. This happens a lot with financial abuse, domestic abuse, and also emotional abuse. The perpetrator always wants the evidence destroyed. That's how many times you want to carry your phone and destroy your phone, right? So you have things like this, save it in a cloud drive, right? Save it, don't just save it in a cloud, save it in a cloud drive and disconnect the cloud drive. So disconnect the cloud drive so that if they delete it from your phone, it will not automatically delete from your cloud drive. For those of us that get to use cloud drive, you understand that when your cloud drive is synced to your phone, it means that anything you delete on your phone will also get deleted from the cloud drive. You understand that the way some of these drives work. If that is the type of drive you use, cloud drive you use, you may want to disconnect your cloud drive first before deleting it from your phone so that you don't lose everything. Then another thing that I want to say is that don't just leave your marriage blindly, because you can say, oh, I left the marriage or we are separated, and what the law calls that is desertion of marriage. You see it now. You may say that, oh, I left for my safety. The law may interpret it as desertion. So that's why you need legal advice to know how to leave the marriage. And do not marry until you have completed your divorce. Again, I want to say this and I want to let you know that no matter how long a separation may be, it is never divorce. It's I had like 5 clients, or how many clients did I have of this in the year 2024? I was not wondering for it was now a major issue. Like in the same month, they just came in the same month. I'm not talking about those that came at different times. What was the issue? What was the particular issue? Is the fact that this person has left his marriage, and he has left his marriage for like 5 years. Has not been with his spouse for about 5 years. They are separated and the rest. And now he's already interested in somebody. The family has already fixed introduction. Wedding date is already in view. And the first marriage has not been dissolved. According to the Marriage Act, you are committing a crime. It's a crime that will keep you in prison for years. Right? So while you are trying to leave one marriage, try everything possible to live on a clean slate. Don't be in a romantic relationship with another person. Because by the time you are putting all the blame on your spouse and not putting all the blame on your partner, that romantic relationship will dent everything. And the fact that the way some of us think that divorce is quick and easy, the average time, for example, my office promises any person for divorce is 18 months. I mean average. If it includes children, the average time is 2 years. Right? I know of some divorce cases that have been in court for about 7 years. So that idea that, oh, next month is my introduction, oh yeah, lawyer, let's go and get a divorce right now. I want to get a divorce because next month is my introduction, or because this is January, or because I'm getting married in April and the rest. Family and friends, it does not work like that too. You must understand that Nigeria is pro-marriage. Nigeria is a pro-marriage country. So for you to say you are divorcing in Nigeria, you must show. It is almost like proving beyond reasonable doubt. You must show the court that your marriage has truly broken down irretrievably. And this is it. What you should know. Divorce in Nigeria is never an emergency. Never an emergency. The lawyers don't treat it as an emergency. The courts do not treat it as an emergency. Your lawyer may use one day to prepare your documents and the rest. And by the time he gets to court, it may take about 6 weeks or more before you will get a date. By the time your partner is served with the divorce papers and the rest, the divorce petition, your partner has about 28 days to respond. He's not in a hurry. You can hurry into marriage. You just need 21 days. Others need these 21 days and you're going to get married. But when you have to leave, especially when they are also now kids, it can take a while. Some judges are fast, but even for those judges that are fast, for those judges that are very fast, and some of the cases that we have done that have been very fast, you see, to us from the day we filed the case to the day we got judgment, it took us almost about 6 months. And those are the ones that we will say they were fast. It took us about 4 to 6 months. And mind you, from the day you get your order decree nisi, from the day you get judgment on your divorce, you cannot still remarry until after 90 days. Until after 3 months, before your order decree nisi can become absolute. So if you know you have plans of leaving this marriage completely, you don't have plans of coming back to this marriage, in the name of God, there is no need leaving the marriage and just continue your life. Go and fight for divorce. And again, one thing I want to say is, don't sign any documents you do not understand. So when they bring court papers to you and the rest, you may tell them, explain the court papers to me. Don't reject it. You can say, explain it to me, then you sign. Right? If you still don't fully understand, you can tell them, I will not sign, but I will collect it and seek legal advice. And when you collect it like that, seek legal advice within the next 48 hours. There's a reason why I'm saying within the next 48 hours, because there are rules as to the time you ought to respond. So every time you ought to respond to that document is just 5 days, 15 days, 21 days, 28 days, 48 days, and the rest, your lawyer would know. Because I've seen people who have kept documents with themselves for, like, somebody was served court papers and did not bring it. The person brought it to our attention as the person wanted to retain us, and the person only brought the document up after 3 months. Like, after 3 months. It doesn't work like that, right? It doesn't work like that. There are many other things that I would have loved to share, but let me end this here. Follow, subscribe, share this with your friends, set notifications so that you know when the next episode is coming out. I cannot teach you. I've been a lawyer now for 15 years. I spent 5 years plus law school 6 years, right? Becoming a lawyer, understanding family law. I cannot teach you everything in just one day. So allow me to take a break now, and with time, just keep on following me, and with time, you will learn the different things that you need to learn. This is not legal advice, it's just legal education, right? And me sharing opinion for you to be able to understand Nigeria legal law better. If you need any legal assistance, use the details on this particular episode or find a lawyer that is close to you. It is I, yours sincerely, alright, Eigbe, your favorite counseling psychologist and family lawyer. You're up.